Coming up on WTOP-10 Nightly News, a recap on Rochester's largest dog-friendly festival.
And how SUNY Oswego students reacted to the assassination of Charlie Kirk, what they're saying.
But first, how SUNY Oswego joins the fight against ovarian cancer.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Yes, I'm Piper Kiernan.
And I'm Brady Hauser. In breaking news, the United States government is on the verge of a shutdown at midnight after Congress failed to pass new funding legislation. If this collapse occurs, hundreds of thousands of federal employees could be furloughed.
President Trump has warned that a lapse in funding would allow his administration to take irreversible action, including shutting down Democratic programs. Lawmakers in the Senate voted on a short-term budget measure just within the last hour, but both parties' options were shut down by the other side. SUNY Oswego state employees' federated appeal are Totally Teal. The annual Totally Teal walk on SUNY Oswego's campus took place earlier today at 1 p.m. in support of Ovarian Cancer Month. Participants began with a photo on the north side of Colkin Hall and walked around Glimmerglass Saloon.
This walk of support and remembrance is in honor of 30-year SUNY Oswego employee Mary Gossick, who started the event. The event was open to anybody on campus that showed up wearing teal. Participants could also donate $5 via the Secure CashNet storefront in the spirit of wearing teal in jeans today.
SUNY Oswego's theater department is putting on a production of Silent Sky. The play is about Henrietta Leavitt, a 19th century astronomer on her groundbreaking discovery of calculating the size of the universe using Cepheid variable stars. Opening day is October 15th and will run until October 19th.
After low levels of measles were discovered in Oswego County, the Oswego County Health Department says that no cases were reported. Measles are extremely contagious and can cause hospitalization. New York State Health Commissioner Dr. James McDonald says, although no cases were reported, if you have symptoms, please seek medical help. Vaccines are available at all local medical facilities and children are advised to get the vaccine.
CNY Pumpkin Fest returns to Oswego this weekend. Attendees can expect a variety of live music, amusements, vendors, and food and drink as well. The event is family-focused and presented by the Oswego YMCA. CNY Pumpkin Fest takes place from 11 to 5 on October 4th and 5th at Washington Square Park. This coming Wednesday marks 3 weeks since the assassination of Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk.
WTOP reporter Dominic Ciccarelli shows us the kinds of effects his death still has on upstate New York.
It was a small moment in history. For others, like those we're about to see, it was one of their biggest tragedies of their lifetime.
And we just saw a tweet put out.
The assassination of Charlie Kirk hit the political landscape hard. The 31-year-old political activist was known for trying to expose college students from all over the U.S. to conservative beliefs. Kirk's Turning Point USA is a right-wing political activism group with chapters on many college campuses, including SUNY Oswego. President of Oswego's chapter of Turning Point, Xavier Engelin, led the group in a meeting the day after the assassination.
It's devastating. It really is. He's a man who I've looked up to for many years. Here, all of the people around me who are in such anguish over this, that's even more devastating. Well, we came here. There were 30 to 35 of us. And we stood around in a circle and we just talked about what Charlie Kirk meant to us, how he inspired us, how he started the movement of young people.
Xavier was also invited out to speak at a vigil in Rome to honor Kirk's legacy, an event which attracted hundreds of people from all over central New York to celebrate Charlie's life.
We did what you'd expect at a vigil. And what was really awesome, there were a few things that I thought was incredibly amazing about that event. The slate of speakers was terrific. The pastor, the former assemblyman, and myself. And it was just so beautiful to watch. It was so beautiful to watch. You look out into the crowd and you see the candles being lit one by one. The rendition of Amazing Grace, that echoes in my head still. It was so beautiful to listen to. And it was another type of thing where you had this community that was filled with grief and anguish gather to celebrate the life of this man. And I think it was so incredible to see. And as I'm sure you know,
Whether you agreed or disagreed with Charlie Kirk's message, one thing is for sure. His death will affect our political landscape for years to come. For WTOP-10, I'm Dominic Ciccarelli. Now, let's get back to the desk.
Thanks, Dominic. The month of September felt like an extra month of summer this year.
It certainly did. Let's see if October will feel like fall with Storm Team meteorologist and birthday boy, Bradley Jacobs.
Thanks, guys. And it has been a very mild fall so far, with September ending today, heading into tomorrow. We can still see the plentiful sunshine heading into the month of October. And with that plentiful sunshine and dryness also means the drought is seeping its way back into our grounds. Although we saw rainfall last week, it was not enough to do anything along with the drought. And the northern lights potentially returning the last couple of nights and potentially the couple nights to come. And again, summer-like temperatures. Again, I already got my winter clothes and stuff out and fall stuff. I'm ready for fall, but I'll have all this and more in my full weather forecast ahead. But for now, back to you guys over at the desk.
Bradley, thank you. Kiara Cunningham, a 15-year-old, has been indicted and charged with second-degree murder and second-degree criminal possession of a weapon. According to the indictment, Cunningham allegedly shot 15-year-old Adon Thomas with a 9mm handgun in the abdomen on June 24th at 2 p.m. near the Upper Onondaga Park pool. Thomas was later pronounced dead at Upstate University Hospital. Cunningham was on probation at the time of the shooting. He is scheduled to be arraigned on the indictment on October 14th.
This past Saturday, people from all over Central New York went to Rochester Red Wings Innovative Stadium to participate in Barktoberfest, an annual festival centered around man's best friend. Barktober is presented by Lollipop Farms, a Rochester-based humane society for animals in need. Events at Barktober included vendors, raffles, a dog walk, fundraiser, a live performance by local band Hey Mabel, and to learn more about this event or donate to Rochester Animals in Need, visit lollipop.org.
Council members in New York City are set to vote soon on a bill that could reduce parking in the Big Apple by 300,000 spots. Intro 1138 bans vehicles from parking within 20 feet of crosswalks across the city. The bill is praised by some members who say it could help save lives, while others are worried it could worsen traffic collisions and drastically reduce parking. The bill also requires the New York City DOT to install physical barriers near crosswalks. That could cost the agency an extra $3 billion. Still ahead tonight, an Iowa public school administrator has resigned. Find out why.
And an earthquake strikes the Philippines.
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch.
Well, do we have a show for you?
Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed? On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP-10.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to your nightly news here on WTOP-10. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Bradley Jacobs, and we did have some northern lights unexpectedly come through last night. This photograph was taken by yours truly at around 3 in the morning after a closing shift. Now, what was really neat with these northern lights was we did have a satellite picture in this photograph, but one thing about the water was so calm, you can see the lights reflecting on the water, which was an absolutely beautiful scene. Now, if you're looking to potentially catch these northern lights, you might have a chance tonight. Between 8 to 10 as we transition from daylight into the nighttime, might not have the greatest chances, but anytime after 10 or 11, those chances go right up. Now, I'm only giving it about a 40% chance since we're only supposed to see about maybe a G2 magnitude strength, so a little bit on the weaker end of the scale for seeing northern lights, but there still is that chance tonight to see the northern lights in case you've missed out previously. Now, diving into our current conditions, it is thankfully very clear with a temperature of 61 degrees, the dew point at 44, low humidity, so you won't have to worry about any condensation, high pressure, and a bit breezier tonight with the winds coming from 13 miles per hour. Quick temperatures around the state, we have mid 50s and low 60s out towards western New York. More so down the I-81 corridor, again, the low 60s into the mid 50s. Delhi are coldest at 51, and there is a potential freeze watch for these areas along the Catskills and the southeastern portions of New York. Now, the temperature, don't let that fool you. It's going to go right back up to those summer-like temperatures, very abnormal for this time of year, with the exception of Wednesday. But you're on another incline up on that roller coaster, and then potentially maybe on the slide down. Now, the drought watch, with these dry conditions, the rain really had nothing to do with anything. It helped portions here of eastern New York and Vermont out, but we can still see here we are very abnormally dry and almost into moderate drought. So we could really use some rainfall here within the coming days. However, that is not likely. Now, it is a birthday for a couple people here, so with that said, happy birthday to, and thank you guys here at the studio, to me and as well Austin, who will be turning 20 today. Now, taking a look into our full extended weather forecast, we can see temperatures beginning to slightly come up, otherwise very sunny way to end the week. Heading into the weekend, those temperatures rise right back up into the high 70s, almost into the low 80s. Very abnormal for this time of year. Taking a look into early next week, that slight chance of showers on Tuesday, which honestly we could use almost right about now. That's all for my full weather forecast today. Back to you guys at the desk.
The superintendent of the Des Moines Public Schools, Ian Roberts, has announced his immediate resignation after being detained last week by ICE. ICE claims Roberts was living in the U.S. illegally under a final order of removal and lacked work authorization. In his resignation letter, Roberts said he did not want his case to distract from the education of nearly 30,000 students. Meanwhile, the school board placed him on unpaid leave and demanded proof of authorization to work. And the Iowa Board of Education Examiners revoked his administrator license.
It's been about 5 months since a major tornado tore through North St. Louis, Missouri. Some neighborhoods are still in disarray as residents wait for resources to rebuild.
Now, as Brent Solomon reports, city leaders are calling on locals to help with creating a recovery plan for where they live.
Tornado survivor Larry Gray is at Newstead in Ashland serving up meals for other survivors. He's been at it every day since the tornado.
People keep bringing me the stuff to do it, brother. You know what I mean? They want me to keep, somebody to keep doing this.
Because the need is still great, nearly 5 months later.
FEMA was putting them up for a while in motels and stuff, but pretty soon that's going to be gone. That's nothing, long lasting, so those people are going to be out in the street.
Right now, the city of St. Louis is recruiting community advocates to join them in a recovery plan, guiding how investment and growth should take shape over the next decade. It's called Plan STL. Those selected will commit 3 to 5 hours a month over a 1-year period to make sure the city's plans reflect the voice of the people.
Seeing this makes me want to cry every day, because this was a thriving laundromat business, people stayed there. I know people that stayed there.
For Pancho Rucker, it's personal. He grew up in North City.
There are people still staying in these dilapidated houses. These people have nowhere to go.
He credits grassroots organizations for meeting the needs of survivors right away and believes the Plan STL initiative could fulfill a big need if investment is indeed top of mind.
We are in the sense of severe survival. This looks like Katrina 2.0. Come out here and talk to these people and see what it is. Breathe the same air that they breathe. If not, you'll never understand where we come from, even when there are citizen committees.
Those who are chosen to be a part of the Plan STL will start working this fall.
The deadline for an application is October 13th.
A powerful 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck the central Philippines late Tuesday, centered about 17 kilometers northeast of Bogo City in the Cebu province. At least 6 people were killed, including Coast Guard members and a child, with buildings collapsing, cracked roads, widespread power outages, and damaged water systems. A tsunami warning was briefly in effect but later lifted while aftershocks continue to rattle the region. Authorities have suspended classes and work in affected areas as rescue and damage assessments teams mobilize.
In a rare daytime drone attack in Ukraine, a man was killed. About 20 others were injured, and significant damage was reported to a residential office and medical buildings. Flames rose as cars and buildings were destroyed. The city center now lined with smoke and emergency crews working to contain the destruction. President Zelensky has called this for stronger international sanctions after saying actions like these demand a unified response. Meanwhile, local authorities are counting the lives lost, injuries, and overall damages.
When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, Electronic Arts is going private. What that means for the gaming juggernaut.
And DoorDash is unveiling its new robot, where this little guy will be delivering. Find out after the break.
If you like action, romance,
If you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Look at the number of disasters in the U.S. Chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News.
In consumer news, a massive deal to buy Electronic Arts is being discussed. The $55 billion deal is being backed by Saudi Arabia and an investment firm that was supported by President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. The deal likely to close within the first quarter of fiscal year 2027. It is also subject to regulatory approval. This deal comes after EA reduced its staff by 5% last year.
DoorDash is announcing its brand new self-driving delivery robot. The new robot's name is Dot. Dot has been made to compensate for local businesses' inability to deal with demand. An early access program testing Dot can be seen around the streets of Phoenix, Arizona. DoorDash says that it is also working on a AI dispatcher that will help organize drivers for the best customer experience.
People have never been more tentative as to what germs enter their home post-COVID-19.
But did you know that the household cleaners you may be using could also harm you? CNN's Mandy Gather has more on the disinfections you should look out for.
Washing hands and highly touched surfaces are two keys to keeping viruses and other illnesses from spreading. But some of the cleaning supplies in your home can be dangerous if used the wrong way.
The nonprofit Environmental Working Group found that more than 2,000 cleaning products in the United States might contain chemicals linked to asthma, cancer, and chemical burns.
The CDC says in most situations, cleaning alone with soap and water can remove most germs on surfaces. However, if someone in your home has been sick or a person who recently visited had an illness, the agency says properly diluted bleach can effectively kill germs. But take these steps for safety. Use regular, unscented household bleach that contains between 5 to 9% sodium hypochlorite. If it's laundry or splashless bleach, it may not be appropriate for disinfection, so make sure it's in that percentage range. Never mix household bleach or any other disinfectant with other cleaners or disinfectants. This can release vapors that can be dangerous to breathe in. Make sure you have good ventilation, for example, open windows. Check the label to see if you need to wear protective equipment like gloves or eye protection, and follow directions on the bottle to prepare a diluted bleach solution. You can also check if your other cleaners are safe.
Next time you need to replace something, spend a minute looking for this, the EPA's Safer Choice label, or checking their online database.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gather.
To check if your cleaner is safe to use, go to EPA.gov.
You can also look at the label on the product.
Coming up in sports, Aiden Saavedra is on 2 major NFL injuries from last week.
Aiden?
Thanks, guys. This past Sunday, there were 2 major injuries in the NFL. Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill dislocated his knee and tore his ACL while trying to catch a pass from Tua Tagovailoa. As he jumps out of the bounce, you can see him land on his knee as it pops out of place. He went into surgery earlier today for his season-ending injury, but remains in good spirits. Heading up north to MetLife Stadium, Malik Neighbors tore his ACL landing the wrong way after attempting to catch a long-range pass from Jackson Dart. He's expected to undergo surgery in the coming weeks, and these are both season-ending injuries that will have major impacts on both teams as they chase for their Super Bowl. That's all from me. Now back to the desk, but after this break, WTOP-10 sports anchor Lucas Marcus dives into some Laker sports.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris. That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts. It's showtime, Crits. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 90 News. I'm Lucas Marcus with your sports rundown. The Oswego Lakers golf team hosted the annual fall invite at the Oswego Country Club this weekend. The Lakers had 2 solid rounds, finishing third with the A team and 6th place with their B team. The star of the day was Jack Shaw, bouncing back from his opening 77 day to a sharp 74, climbing into the top 10. Now the Lakers will hit the road to the Nazareth Invite this Sunday, the 5th, starting at 11 a.m. Moving to the match that happened today on the road, the Lakers field hockey team got their 3rd win of the season and the 2nd one away from the Lakers Turf Stadium. The Lakers started losing the game with a goal in the 20-minute mark. However, with the help of Gabby Curtis and Ellie Kazel scoring the goals, the comeback was possible. Again, the star of the day was Sam Krautheim, keeping the Lakers' defense secure.
For number 99. Today's official.
Now the Lakers will hit the road this Friday to take on the Immaculata University. Moving to a team that is also dominating, the Oswego women's tennis team is keeping up a historic season and proving the doubters wrong. At the beginning of the season, the Lakers were ranked 5th in a poll made by the coaches in SUNYAC, but in reality, the things are going totally different. With 6 wins, the team coached by Tyler Glowacki has only lost 1 game in the season against the favorites, SUNY Newports. The Lakers will face SUNY Cortland tomorrow, and if they win, they go up again in the SUNYAC table. Now I want to show something interesting I realized last game on the men's soccer team. With the injuries of Amit and Tajay Ellis, both strikers used in the team by coach Daniel Kane, the Lakers had to change their formation. Before, they used to play in a 4-1-2-1-2. However, missing both of the strikers, he tried to have more players in defense. Daniel Kane explained how the week of practice was.
A little bit, and we had a full week of training, and formation was a small piece of it, but more mentality and energy, and having some of our freshmen and sophomores, realize they gotta step up.
As you can see, now the Lakers changed, adding 1 player in defense and playing with 5 in the back when defending. When you first look at it, your first instinct is thinking the team got more defensive, having fewer attackers and having more players in defense. In reality, no. With this new formation, when the Lakers have the ball, the fullbacks will have more opportunity to go up and build the play on the sides. The men's next game will be on the road tomorrow against SUNY Canton at 6 p.m.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance,
If you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
That's our report for tonight.
Be sure to stay tuned for Jeopardy.
Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone, and happy birthday, Bradley.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.